Hi. If you want to make money in real estate, there is no better way to get started. The purpose of this weekly live show is to answer your questions about getting started in flipping land to move on to bigger transactions and other types of real estate. I am Jill DeWitt, co-founder of Land Academy, and together with my partner, Stephen Jack Butala, we have completed close to now 16,000 real estate transactions of all types, not just land. We all know that there's money to be made in real estate, and most people are doing it wrong. So I'm here every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time to help you connect the dots. This is show number 3, and today I'm going to talk about property offer letters 101. I'm going to help you here. And then in about 15 minutes, I'm going to answer your questions. Some reasons why our group, the Land Academy Investor Group, are so successful is number 1, we never chase sellers. Imagine that. Number 2, we know how to get motivated sellers to contact us. Sounds like a dream, right? And number 3, we know that our offer price is agreeable to them. And let's be honest, it is below retail. So how do we do this? We send a ton of well-written offers to property owners with solid, researched prices, and we sit back and we wait for them to contact us. We send, let me give you just kind of an example here. If we mail about 1,500 units for rural vacant land, we're going to get about 3 to 5 deals out of that. And just to give you an idea, what does this cost? This all sounds so great, Jill. Well, the data costs us, and would be for you too, about $150 to pull that much data for all the property ownership information. Getting all it in the mail costs about $825. So I'm in it for about $975. Then think about that. I'm getting 3 to 5 deals. Let's just say I got 4 out of it. $975 divided by 4, I'm at about $250 a deal. So awesome. Now for houses, just so you know, because we do it with houses too, about 3,000 units yields about 1 house, and I'm in it for about $1,950, like $300 for the data and about $1,600 or so for the mail. That's it. Let me just really hit this home one more time. This means that for rural vacant land, I'm spending about $250 each to find a property to wholesale and double my money. And by the way, I'm not doing any deals where I don't make less than $10,000. $250 for me, piece of cake. Now for houses, think about this. I want to make no less than, let's just say $30,000, $40,000. I'm not messing around. That's in Arizona. In California, I'm making at least $100,000 on a deal. So, and I'm spending $1,950 to find one. Money well spent. Thank you. And by the way, I'm not chasing anyone. That's the best part. So, what do our offer letters contain, and where can you get one? Well, you know what? Let's look together. I'm gonna show you right now. One moment here. All right, here is where our offers come from. You should be looking at our screen, offerstowners.com. This is our company that we created to make sending mail the cheapest and the easiest way possible. If you come up here under forms, on the upper right in the green area, click on forms, scroll down. I'm showing you this because it's free. So have at it. Use this stuff. I want you to come all the way down with me. You should see a section that says Mailer Examples, PDF. I'm going to pull one of the completed ones so you can kind of see what they look like. Now, there it is. As you can see, let me scroll down a little bit more here. As you can see, let's see if I can make it bigger for you. You should see one of our mailer examples. This is what it looks like. This is what I'm talking about. This is how we get these people coming to us. We're sending them a really good 2-page offer letter. Look how personalized this is. It has our contact information in the front, the date, reference number if you want. Basically, it's addressed to a person. It's not dear customer, dear house owner, dear property owner, or, hey you. Then if you go in here, it's really detailed about, I want to buy your land in the county. This first page, you can read it more when you have time. This first page is really kind of an introduction about you, your company, how to contact you, how you got the information, why you're sending this letter to these people, and so they know what's going on. Now watch page 2. This is the best part. This, page 2 of every mailer, is a very personalized, very thought out purchase agreement. It has in there, again, the APN for house. You would have the address, has the acreage, has a legal description. This person knows. This guy, what name is his name? Dear Michael Clark here. Dear Michael Clark knows that I know his property. I've got the APN right, I've got the acreage right, I've got the tract right, and by the way, I have a purchase price in there. What the heck is that? Now, this guy knows how I found him, I'm legit, what I want to buy, how much I'm willing to spend, and I have some contingencies in there too. This is all contingent on me reviewing this, making sure the taxes aren't crazy. I have a couple different things here. If I decide I don't want to buy it, it's all spelled out. But the point is, this is my way. Let me come back here. The point is, I'm sending this guy a real offer. You just saw it, to get him and see if he's interested, likes my price, and to contact me back. That's all it is. That's all we do, and it works. It works for land. It works for infill lots. It works for houses. We did it. It's awesome. So now you've seen the template. You've seen a little bit about what this mail thing's about. It's a introductory letter and a real offer. Okay, what's the best way to get them in the mail? Right there, what I just showed you, offers to owners. Go to offers to owners. What you would end up doing is you will basically put together a spreadsheet and send that in with that template letter that you'll see that I showed you. My team will do the mail merge for you, and they'll put in the mail in hours. It's amazing. And just to give you an idea, prices right now are 55 cents for Land Academy members, 59 cents for non-members. That's all on that website, offers to owners. And you never, ever, ever, I can't stress this enough, have to lick a stamp. You should never be licking a stamp. I talked to a cute couple today, Ken and Karen, if you're watching. You should never lick a stamp. We laughed about that, because your time is worth more than that. Now, and once you start the process, by the way, get these letters going in the mail and these offers out there, you never have to look back. These people get these letters, they might call you right away because they're ready and they want to act on them, and they need the money. You just save them. And sometimes they're not that ready, but you know what? It's a professional offer, and they traditionally put this in their file and they save it. How do I know this? I'm still getting calls back from letters from 2005 and even before that. They save them and they call you when they're ready to sell, or the time is right, whatever it is. So it's the best thing. And by the way, the key to this whole process is you got there first. You never want to be going to the MLS, finding a deal, or hearing from somebody's realtor or something. They all got there first. You're sending a real offer with a good price to sellers, and you got there first. So now I would like to open it up to Q&A and answer any questions that you have. And I see several popping in here, so let me dive in. Oh, you know what? Jake, you got to be in our group. We're going to talk after the show, by the way, Jake. You had some awesome questions last week, and so we're going to talk. 1 second here. So Jake asks, what name do you use? Okay. I know when I receive junk mail, they use my formal name and not the name I go by. I did a ton of phone calling for my wife's campaign. Nice. And I always got in trouble when I tried to use the first name. They would correct me, or worse, would act as if I got the wrong number until I used Mr. and Mrs. last name. Then I would get normal responses. So I finally started using the last name and got better results. So I'm guessing you mean when I received junk mail, when they used I know when I received junk mail. I'm guessing you're asking, Jake, about the name when I'm talking to the sellers. So they call me back, I'm answering the phone, and they're usually saying right away, hey, I'm how do I say this? Hey, I'm Jill, by the way. You're reached, they'll say, hi, I'm Mr. Smith. You sent me a letter about my, property over in Taos County. Let's talk. So I'll use the name that they use with me on the phone. I hope that's answering your question. Until they say, oh, call me Bob. And I'll be honest with you, Jake, I'm a girl. So usually they go right away, call me Bob. So that's one of the nice things about when I get to talk on the phone to these guys. So thank you. I'm looking here. Ben asks, how do you offer on houses? Dollars per square foot? Bingo. And there's a whole process though. This is a really good question, Ben. This is a very smart question. And this is something that we're working on putting together our program for Land Academy 2.0 infill lots, because it uses a similar pricing, and then eventually a version of House Academy, and that's what we do. So there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not just picking generic comps. There are a lot of different things that I pull from when I do the pricing, but you're right, as far as the houses go, it is priced per square foot, just because I'm also pricing 3,000 units at a time and I want to get the mail out. When it comes back, and if they call me up and say, hey, by the way, you don't know this, but I added on all this, to the house or whatever, then I might revisit the price based on that information. So that's how we do it. That's excellent. So Jake, I have your follow-up. So in the offer letter, do I use the first name, etc.? It's in the template. So right there. So first name, last name, and the first name as it's spelled out in the template there. And you know what? This is not the first time we've done this. This is how we got 16,000 deals under our belts. And this is our current letter. What you're seeing, I'm not just making this up. So this is what we send. If you want to go look at the house version, it's in that too on the website. So download it, use it. It's yours. Save it. If you want to use run our mail through, I'm willing to bet you can't, if you're not a member, 59 cents all in is phenomenal. And by the way, my team's working on making it cheaper, so stay with us. But at 59 cents, you should not even think about licking an envelope, handwriting anything, and sending 2 big files to my team and letting them get it out there. Mary Crawford asks, do you pick up the phone when a potential seller calls or have a VA or a call center do this? Excellent question, Mary. I'd love it. In the beginning, if you're not able to answer the phone, please use a service like Pat Live. We'll use Pat Live now. But in the beginning, for a lot of our members, you don't have the money to do it, but you have the time, you want to answer the phone. That's just huge. You want a live person on the other end. I'm not a fan of great recorded phone messages or things like that because we know this, we tested it, we're missing a lot of calls. And some of the people that are calling you back, gosh, they might be older and they're not comfortable even with answering machines, and they need that live body on the phone and to talk to you. And once you get going, you'll see a lot of these older folks, they may not have email, they may not have, be able to scan things, so that talking to you makes a big difference with these sellers, and you want to get that connection right away. So great question. Let's see here. Go down, excuse me a moment here. Hey, I see a lot of people that I know on here. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you. Keep good stuff coming. Let's see. Ben Godfrey, hello, asked, did you say this offer letter is on your website? Yes. So Ben, what I showed here, actually I'll show you again real quick here. Maybe not. Wait, there it is. Here we go. So here's the offer letter. If I go back and back, there we go. Now we got it. All right. So looking at it here, you're looking at offers to owners. Moment. All right. Very top, offers to owners. Forms here. I'm kind of circling around it with my mouse there. Click on forms. Scroll down. You have download forms and sample data, and it's on the left. You have templates and mailers. And there's some, if you look at the mailer, there's a template in Word form for you to download it and use it for yourself. And then there's a PDF version below that where you can peek at that, see what a completed mail merge looks like. On the right here is a sample of our data that we have. You want to do it for like land, houses, commercial. And if you want help getting data, please feel free, reach out to my team and they will hook you up. Jake asks, does it matter how expensive or how to market or cheap, maybe really rural market when you choose counties or areas to mail? Wouldn't it be possible to get better margins as folks who are in high cost expensive area may still send for a low price offer? So that's one of the things that we look at when we're picking a county is I don't want a county that has a ton of property, really cheap, and nothing's selling. So I go look on, I'm just going to talk rural vacant land right now. So I go look all over on like Land Watch, Land and Farm. I even look on, within my community and see what's moving. But there's a lot of good sites out there. You can check and see what's selling. That's what I'm looking for. And then let me see what's your part of it here. When you choose counties or mail, wouldn't it be possible to get better margins as folks who are in a high cost area? Yeah, you have to be careful. You don't want to piss somebody off in, downtown Manhattan and send them a ridiculous offer. So you really want to gauge your offers. So you're coming in, like for rural land, you're coming in at about, say, a fourth of the price. And think of like 25, 30% your offer prices of what is out there for sale. And I mean, kind of at the bottom end of what's for sale. So I want you to offer, say there's something, say it's a great area and everything's selling between $10,000 and $20,000 for 5-acre properties is what you're looking at. That's what you picked. So I want you, because they're $5,000 and $20,000, I want you to sell yours between, I don't know, $5,000 and $7,000, right? Because you want to be below everybody else, so it's going to move fast. So where are you going to price your offers? You're going to price your offers $2,500 to $3,000, and that's what you're sending out. Excellent question. Oh. I'm not sure if this is for the people or for me, so I'm going to answer this question. Land Academy asked, what is a good deal you have done lately? So right now, houses. I'm doing some incredible house transactions in the Scottsdale and Mesa area, where we are anywhere from, we're making, let's say, $35,000 to $40,000 in days. That's what we're doing on our houses. We're not even sweeping the floor, by the way. We are finding these deals, marking them up, flip them to a wholesaler. They're going to come in to a investor basically and renovate them and make them awesome. Land deals, I can't keep up. We are still, our land deals from 2000 and I don't know what, the phone doesn't stop ringing. So right now, I guess one of my best is an infill lot that we did. I think we bought it for 12 and sold it for 30. So I love those. Those are easy. Those are the easiest deals, by the way. Remember, the bigger the deal, I know it sounds scary with these high dollar amounts, but when you get to these bigger deals, you're using title and escrow when it comes to closing them and getting it all done and recorded. So for me, it's hands off, and those are easier. I love it. Ben Godfrey asks, if you're aiming for the $10,000 on a land deal, what would they offer to the seller be? Well, hopefully I just offered that. So then if I want to make 10,000, so it's worth 20. I want to buy it for 10. How about this? Let's look at it this way, Ben. If I want to make $10,000, I'm going to buy something for $10,000 that is worth $20,000, but everything out there for sale is $40,000. Something crazy like that. $35,000, $40,000, close enough. They're going to find mine for $20,000 and love it. Jake asks, since the owner is not trying to sell, they most likely would not be on top of what the going rate is. You know what, Jake? Sometimes they just simply don't care. Haven't you ever had an unused treadmill in your garage, let's just say, and you can clean it up, put it on Craigslist, go through the motion, or maybe not even Craigslist. There's other places you could put it online and sell it and probably make 5 times, what you're willing to do right now, because right now you're ready to just give it away, but you don't want to go through all that. That's really what happens. So that's one thing, is they don't want to do it. And also they don't know how to do it. Do they know how to go out and take pictures of their property, put it on the internet, and go through all that? No, they don't. Number 2, what happens is real estate agent. A lot of real estate agents, depending on the properties, they don't want to touch them. It's not their thing. The transaction's too small. A real estate agent's commission on a $50,000 property, which is great for us, I'm making $25,000 here. But for a real estate agent, they'd rather work with a $500,000 house, not a $50,000 piece of land. And the other thing is their hearts aren't, even if they took it on, often their hearts aren't really in it, because they're over here working on that $500 house, or the $500,000 house, as they should be. Another thing is, you're fast, you're easy, you're going to close tomorrow. You really have to think about it as a situation. You're getting a good offer in front of people at the right time. And you know what? Guess what? You never know what it is. They just got hit with, kids' college tuition right now. Let's say it's right now, it's October. That's what's happening. Parents are getting hit with college tuition. And guess what? That piece of property that mom and dad are hanging on to because they were going to retire there someday, they just got an offer letter from me that I want to buy it for $40,000. Boy, does that, and by the way, I can close on it next week and I'll have a cashier's check to them that fast. Boy, does that sing to them. So it's that kind of stuff that happens. So great question. Ooh. Land Academy put in here. How long does it take to learn all of this and get the first deal done? Excellent question. So ramp up time. Once you get our program and you get in, it's about, I'm going to say 13 hours or so of content. So you could do that. We have people blow through it in a weekend. Then the next thing you're going to do is sit and pick a county. We teach you how to do that. You're going to know how to price your offers. We're going to teach you how to do all that. And you could be turning deals in a month. Let's just say this. If you do it slow and methodically, a month. I did a blog a long time ago. If you go look on our website, Land Academy, or just kind of Google for my blogs, you'll find it. But I kind of went through, for people that had a full-time job, how long would it take? And, in 4 to 6 weeks, you could have deals done and closed with a full-time job, and that's only doing like 4 hours on a weekend. So excellent question. Ooh. Mary Crawford asks, do you ever buy landlocked properties? So there's two types of landlocks. There's legal access, but there's landlock, for people that aren't sure, landlock is like, how do I get to it? But there's legal access and there's physical access. And that, Mary, I'm happy to get into that in a whole another show because I have a lot to say about it. But to directly answer your question, if you're new, I would not do that. If you're new, I want you to make it really easy on yourself. And we call it the 4 A's, okay? So when you buy a property, I want you to make sure it has all of the 4 A's. One is access. I want and right up to access. Let's not mess around, make it easier for your buyer. 2 is affordability. Obviously, the least expensive, the best. 3 is acreage. When you're starting out, bigger is better. Do some 5 acres, 10 acres, something like that. That's the best. And then 4 is attribute. Like, is it close to the Grand Canyon? Maybe it's near some beautiful lakes. Maybe it's mountainous cabin-like property, things like that, with the heavily treed. So that's 4. So we buy properties now, all types. I don't seek those out, but now and then, I've had some great properties that people have had to get 4-wheel drive to get there, and they love it. It's crazy, but I stopped guessing what people wanted because I want to drive right up to it in my car that does not have 4-wheel drive and get right out doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. I have had buyers that want to go out and seek and hunt and make it their own and camp. So good question. And the only thing you do is just properly, when you go to sell it, properly convey what it is so they know right away you're going to need a 4-wheel drive and the right guy will call you. David Balter's asking, when is Land Academy 2.0 going to be available to members? Weeks. We are weeks away.
3 people check out. So.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That was my partner just saying hi, and he's working on 2.0, David, so just so you know, that's what's going on. So we are weeks away from 2.0 coming. So bear with me. And everyone every Land Academy member, everyone has 1.0, which is available right now, will automatically get 2.0 for free. So excellent question. Oh, thank you, Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey commented, this is a great value to us. Thank you both for taking the time. Thank you, Ben. All right. Do we have did I answer everybody's question? I'm like all excited. This doesn't. Look at us. I think if anybody has any last questions, I have a few more minutes. I'm happy to answer them. So this is great. I see a lot of people popping up, people I know, people I don't know. I'll tell you what, if you have a few more questions, I'm happy to answer them. But as I'm waiting, I'm going to remind you, if you're thinking about this, it stings you, you're flipping other properties and it's making your head hurt like we have done and a lot of our members have done, check out our ebook. Go get the ebook. It really kind of talks about our story, how we got here, how we have so much transactions, everything about what we do. It's in our free ebook. So just go to landacademy.com, and on the top you'll find the free ebook and get that. Let's see what else here. I think I have some more comments. Yes. You guys are awesome. Jake asks, would you do a themed seller websites, like a site for those looking for a homestead, another for bug out locations? I haven't heard of bug out locations, a BOL, or maybe one for recreational type of properties. You know what I love where you're going with that, Jake, and having multiple websites, let me tell you, can be an IT, and my team's not in here right now, but they're watching, disaster, and they know. So I'm not a fan of multiple websites, but I am a fan of what you're talking about, marketing to all those groups. So I would absolutely say you've got something that's perfect for the tiny house community. I would get on those sites, and I would on those sites, but I mean in those groups like social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I would be targeting those people like that. And then, because what you really want to do is get a lot of traffic coming to your site. You don't want to manage a bunch of sites. I want tons of traffic, tons of views on your one site, and then one of them's going to check out. So that's an excellent question. Let's see here. Oh, good question, Mary. Mary Crawford asks, what additions does 2.0 have to 1.0? So 2.0 is a version, it adds what we've learned since 2015 and infill lots. And what I mean is what we've learned since 2015 is now with our members and our community, the tools that we've added, the resources that we've added, how much easier it's gotten, how much our community has brought in, the questions that they've asked and the help that they've needed. That is all in 2.0 to ramp you up even faster. The other thing is what we've found now, once you get going in 1.0 and you figure out this land and you're doing great and you're doing bigger transactions, the natural progression is, okay, now what's next? And 2.0 gets you thinking about bigger dollar amounts, bigger deals, and infill lots. And then after that, hold on to your hat. If you want to go there, a lot of people hang out in land because there's great life and you can do it from anywhere. But hang in there. Then eventually, for after that, we'll be doing houses and some other things. So I'll help you with. Excellent. Oh, Will ask. Can I have that real quick there? Will ask, what were the 4 A's? They are, good question. One is access. Can I get to it? And I preferably want legal access and physical access. And when I say physical access, it doesn't have to be paved. A dirt road is fine, just that I can get to it. 2 is affordability. I want it to be, priced well. I'm not going to buy it high, and I don't want to sell it high. I want to move it fast. 3 is acreage, and the more the better, especially when you're starting. When you get into infill lots and things like that, it's not so important. But when you're learning rural vacant land, I'd rather you sell you're going to do better on a 5 acre. You want to fight over a 2 acre, kind of thing. So think bigger acreage. And then the 4th is attribute. I want it to have something special. I want it to be heavily treed, near a pretty lake. Maybe it has a gorgeous view, something like that. So those are 4 A's. Benedict added, thank you. Love the expanded options of sharing the good stuff. I'm glad. Hey, you know what? I just talked to someone today about this too. There's enough land to go around. We don't need to, keep this as a secret, and we're not stepping on anybody's toes. I don't believe there's any secret county. By the way, if there were a secret county, then those 50 counties we'd be all in, and I don't want to be in those counties. So, and that's one of the beautiful things about Land Academy. What we do, we're not telling you and limiting you to go to this list and only look at these counties. That's ridiculous. We're teaching you the thought process. Here's what you should be looking for. Here's what triggers that might indicate this is a good area to send mail to, and all the steps to help you go out and pick a county. Because what happens all the time, every week, I find myself talking to somebody in our group, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing and where are you doing it? And they're in some county in some part of the country, and sometimes I've never even heard of those counties, and they're killing it. And I love it. It's because we taught them the process, what to look for, how to price the mail, and do everything, whatever it is, in the county that they're working in. So it's awesome. Thank you, Jake. Good podcast on the Land Academy versus Self-Starter. Oh, thank you. All right. I am glad that you like that. So I didn't show that. So thank you, Jake. Access attributes. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I want to just remind you, if you're thinking about this, get our ebook. If you're past thinking about it and you want to be in the club, we would love to have you. This is who we are, by the way. Me standing here answering questions is what we do every week with all of our members too. And it's Stephen with me. We're here to help you. And we have our online community. We do weekly member calls. We do live events. We're here with you. We're not going anywhere. So we're very transparent. We really want to help you. Like I said, there are enough deals to go around. So if you want to be in, be sure you go and hit coupon code when you go to the checkout page and join on landacademy.com. If you hit the code SPOOK, or if you type in, I should say, SPOOKY, SPOOKY for Halloween, it ends on Halloween, it'll take $600 off for you. I am Jill DeWitt. Thank you for joining me today. Please leave in the comments anything you would like me to cover in another week, and I'm happy to talk about it. I am here to get you started. That's the hardest part.